Kolbrin Bible, Book 6, Book of Morals and Precepts. Chapter 29, Cheerfulness. Much of the book is to develop your moral code. Avoid using it to judge others. NPR 29:3. Therefore, let your face shine with cheerfulness, for a cheerful countenance will bring brightness even into the lives of the afflicted, and gladness even to the most distressed. The sad face, reflecting a gloomy heart, will deaden even the joyfulness of youth. NPR 29:4. Never go about among men with a sad face, for such is easily forgotten. Men care not for the countenance of gloom, but that which is pleasant is easy to remember. NPR 29:5. When a man who went smiling into the storehouse for barley distribution comes out frowning, he makes known his displeasure, and they who wait their turn blame the overseer for miscalculation. The people who deal with wise men have cheerful faces. NPR 29:6. Though your talents are such that you cannot appear great in the presence of others, you can approach greatness by being pleasant and agreeable. It is easy for a man to appear great when he is great, but difficult to appear pleasant and agreeable when he is neither. NPR 29:7. The sad air of despondency pollutes the pure air of life. The morbidness enshrined in the heart of a weakling magnifies his afflictions. It raises the loss of a needle to the loss of a fortune. His mind is burdened with trifles, and therefore cannot give due attention to matters of consequence. The heart of a cheerful man is not depressed by matters of small account, and it remains free to deal with matters of greater importance. NPR 29:11. Be not misled by the mask of piety, when it hides the sad heart of the melancholy man. The face of the truly good, like the countenance of the wise, shines with the reflected light of the joyful soul within. The greatest sorrow and the most overwhelming misfortune cannot douse its brilliance. NPR 29:12. In the midst of affliction and sorrow, the things which once filled the heart with gladness do not all depart. Why, then, should these be offered as a sacrifice at the altar of sadness? Is this not exalting sadness far above its station? Is not such a sacrifice futile and unproductive of good? NPR 29:13. Never do worry and sadness ease the burden of sorrow or alter the force of circumstances. It is cheerfulness, patience, and fortitude that lighten the burden and soften the blow. NPR 29:14. Like the miser with his hoarded gold, the sad man hugs his misery in solitude. He cannot bear to let it depart from him. It has filled his life. He has no friends. All have fled and left him to the enjoyment of his own precious sorrow. NPR 29:18. Accept cheerfully that which cannot be altered by sadness. Thus, its burden will be lightened. The sun shines brighter for the cheerful man. NPR 29:19. Only one sorrow is truly worthy of sympathy. Only one sorrow deeply stirs the heart. Only one sorrow is magnificent in its depth, and only one sorrow is really genuine. That is the sorrow of the cheerful heart. NPR 29:22. The law is unchangeable and unchallengeable, and none but a fool rants against that which cannot be altered. Man will never find contentment until he learns to accept the law as it has been established. It governs the whole earth and his life. To live in harmony with it is to live in peace. NPR 29:23. If in your weakness and waywardness you find the burden of the law intolerable, all your lamentations and wailing will not ease the load. It will do nothing but add to your distress. The law concedes nothing to the weakness of man. NPR 29:24. The nature of man is such that it accords with the law, and therefore it is unnatural to rebel against it. Thus, man can achieve nothing. He achieves nothing except the stirring up of strife within himself. Is it not better to live in peace with the natural state of affairs than to tear yourself asunder by futile rebellion? NPR 2925. It is not in your nature to suffer the blows of misfortune without being hurt, but it is within your nature and your duty to stand up to them like a man. This chapter is mostly talking about the outward image you present to others, less about what you're feeling inside. If you are focused on the past, all the wrongs, then your outlook and words will echo it. I do not believe there is true forgiveness. The best you can hope for is that you learn from your mistakes, and that will mitigate the mistakes you made that hurt others. I say this because the damage done is permanent. What God would forgive those that damage you while leaving you damaged? Yet, that damage, while meant to harm you, does not have to control you. You will have to manage it for the rest of your life. Do not pretend it is gone, however. Once you realize that, then the idea that for a check or a few empty words, they can get forgiveness is an insane idea. No God I'd acknowledge would do that. That said, to spend all your time reliving the pain of the past will only leave the future dark, and all to regret the times when they must be exposed to you. The burdens must be borne, but let those times only be in private. Those around you will understand the pain without you carrying it like a badge, draining the spirit of all near you.